Hello, John Sweetman here, host of Lines of Enquiry. I just wanted to come on today to give you a little update on the podcast and to say thank you for the support you've shown the series over the last few months. Season 3 ended with the story of Ciara Breen. We are currently working hard on Season 4 of Lines of Enquiry, and, all going well, the first episode of Season 4 will be with you on Tuesday the 21st of July. In the meantime, we'll be bringing you new episodes of Case Notes every Tuesday, with a range of brilliant guests joining us to discuss cases, investigations, the justice system, and the wider issues that often sit behind the stories we cover. Your support for those episodes is hugely appreciated. We want to make sure that we're still bringing you a weekly podcast even when you're between seasons. And I do want to reassure you on one thing. We haven't stopped making the regular episodes. We haven't moved away from the episodes where we focus on one story, and we are not taking the podcast in a different direction. Quite the opposite, actually. We're working away in the background on Season 4, researching, reporting, writing, recording, checking our facts, and making sure these stories are told with the care and attention they deserve. Because these are not stories that can be rushed. They take time. They take consideration. And they carry real weight for the families, the communities, and the people who still live with the consequences of what happened. If we are going to tell these stories, we have to do it the right way and with the care they deserve. We are a small team, and every episode involves a great deal of work behind the scenes before it reaches your podcast feed. So I want to sincerely thank you for your patience. We really do appreciate it. We've also been taking in your suggestions. We read every comment on Spotify and we read every message on Instagram. It's not possible for us to reply to comments on Spotify, so if there's anything you want to get in touch with that you'd like a reply on, email is the best way. Please send it to linesofenquiry@goloudnow.com. Your support for the podcast has been truly overwhelming. When I retired, I thought my days of investigative work were behind me. But through work on the podcast, I'm meeting and speaking to old Garda colleagues regularly, and it's given me a whole new world to step into. For anyone that has helped along the way, thank you. We will return for Season 4 soon with a new batch of cases, each told in the same way as our previous episodes. We have also begun work on our first investigative documentary, which will be coming later this year. This will be a multi-part series looking into one of Ireland's most shocking cases. It's a big step for Lines of Enquiry, and we can't wait for you to hear it. Our aim is very simple. We want to bring you more stories told in our way. Stories that are carefully researched, calmly told, and approached with respect for the people at the centre of them. We also want to acknowledge the feedback we have received around advertising in recent weeks. It is something we're looking at carefully. You, the listener, are at the forefront of everything we do, and we do not want advertising to take away from your listening experience. Following some feedback, we are reviewing ad frequency and volume. I'm new to this world of podcasting, so I'm also learning how it all works. The support we receive from advertisers directly funds the podcast and allows us to create new episodes of Lines of Enquiry. Without that support, it simply wouldn't be possible to tell these stories or make the podcast. For anyone listening on Spotify, we have seen some comments asking why ads appear when you pay for Spotify Premium. That subscription goes directly to Spotify. It doesn't fund the making of Lines of Enquiry. Like most podcasts, we are funded by the advertising you hear within the show. We don't receive any money from your Spotify Premium subscription. Thank you, as always, for listening. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Thank you for your ratings and reviews, and thank you for telling your family and friends about us. We know those personal recommendations are more powerful than any ad we could ever put out, and people spreading the word about our podcast has driven Lines of Enquiry since the very start. You have been instrumental in the growth of the podcast, and for that I am eternally grateful. And thank you for trusting us with these stories. Before I finish, if you'll allow me, I also want to take a moment to thank the people who make the podcast possible. Lines of Enquiry was created by Darren Cleary. Our executive producer is Owen Brennan. Our producers are Siobhan Walsh, Siobhan Maguire and Aoife Plunkett, with editing support from Ed Smith. A big thank you to Siobhan Maguire, who finished up at the end of last month. We'll miss her on the team and we wish her well in her new role. A huge credit goes to our sound designer, Neil Kavanagh. Neil has put in countless hours helping to create this series. I also want to thank our writers this season, Darren Cleary, Owen Brennan, Siobhan Walsh, Siobhan Maguire, Anna Priestland, Frank Graney and Kevin C. Olahan. And, of course, the wider team at GoLoud, who support the podcast across video, marketing, social media, legal and everything else that goes into bringing a series like this to you. But most importantly, thank you to you, the listener. Your messages, your comments, your case suggestions and your support mean a great deal to all of us. Knowing that these stories are having an impact on people and that you continue to place your trust in us to tell them properly really does bring a huge sense of contentment. As I said, the team is working tirelessly on Season 4. We have many more compelling cases to bring you, so join me again on the 21st of July as we open another case and follow the evidence wherever it leads. Because, in the end, everything done in the dark comes to light.